Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you out to the beginning of my woods, and we're going to go do a little bit of foraging, see what we can harvest. I'm going to try to hold up as long as I can, y'all. I'm going to look at some of the stumps over where they logged, see if any of the pine trees have pushed up some resin from the roots. And of course, Usnea. Gotta find the Usnea. And I'll show you what it looks like after the logging. And well, besides all of that, let's go have some fun. Now, before we do that, always words of wisdom. Hold on, let's see if I can aim this camera. Snake boots. Important. Snake boots are very important. High top hiking boots, anything. It might be fall, y'all. Copperheads are still out. We've got pygmy rattlesnakes. We got rattlesnakes. There's water moccasins. Yep. Uh, I haven't seen one, but I know there's coral snakes and so on. Lots of poison ones out here. And, of course, as always, be careful. Always take a hiking stick. You never know what you might need it for. You can knock a snake out of your way if it tries to get you. Um, it'll help you keep your balance, which is me. Also, gather something to gather what you find in. Now, of course, before you gather anything, make sure you know what you're gathering. I need to make me a basket. I miss my harvesting basket and got to do something, but I got a big metal bowl with me. Also, a friend. Always take a friend with you. Coyotes have been milling quite a bit, and there's other things that roam around here, panthers, foxes, so on. Always take a friend with you because you're going to need protection. Of course, a pocket knife or a good sharp knife to harvest any possible mushrooms like turkey tails, chanterelles, so on. And I am bug doped down because, yes, ticks are still out, y'all. Gotta protect yourself and mosquitoes, and Lord only knows what other Mississippi critters is running around. So, with all that said, let's go have some fun, y'all. See what we can find. Alright, I just barely turned around and got to moving, and here we go. Our first find. We got some Usnea. Take all of it off the branch. I am so thankful for the Usnea. Y'all that haven't found it yet, stay positive. It's out there. Oak trees, sweet gum. I've seen it on pecans. Oh, there's a big piece of it right there. I've seen it on black walnuts. Sweet gum is your main tree for the Usnea. Alright, got Usnea. Got a lot to scour through. See you back in a bit. Okay, you have to keep your eyes open. It can be sneaky. Poof, a little piece of Usnea coming home with me. Another big pretty piece of Usnea. Into the bowl it goes. Enjoying just walking around, looking at all the leaves on the ground and seeing some massive trails. You should be able to see. That looks like, sorry y'all, that looks like a small animal trail because like coons, possums, foxes, coyotes, because that's too short for a deer to make it through. I'm on a deer trail now because there's no small underbrush. Oh, and there's another piece of Usnea. Little bitty piece, but I'm thankful. See, it can be found. Oh, there's another piece. You just have to train your eye. This is southern Usnea. It doesn't get near as big as western coast, northwest coast, and northern Usnea, also known as old man's beard. Very, very important medicinal to have. And here soon, I'm going to start giving my chickens a little bit of Usnea. Oh, there's another piece to keep that avian crap that they've released from getting a hold of them, and adding a little bit of vinegar, which I do every day. When I change the water, I put fresh vinegar in it. But yes, you can give animals, sick animals, Usnea. My chickens aren't sick, but I want to make sure they stay well. You got, five, ooh, two of them. Just got to keep your eyes open. There's one. Here's a bigger piece. I am so thankful for Usnea. It is a true blessing. And there's another piece. Another little piece. I didn't want to fight the sawbriars, because there's just sawbriars everywhere. Who knows? I might get adventurous. Oh, there's another piece. I'm going to leave that one because the deer do like to eat the Usnea. And I don't just take every bit. I leave some back because they need the medicine too. And they do eat it. Here's a nice cluster. Oh, of course, I'm going to have to clean it up. No, I do not wash the Usnea unless it's in sand or dirt. Here's some more. 1, 2. And 3. But Usnea is clean when it falls from the tree. Now, if you go gathering, I passed up a piece. Because like I said, I don't harvest everything. Because the wildlife does eat it. Birds also use it for nest. But always check fallen tree limbs, especially from sweet gum, from oak. I have seen it grow on many things. Lord, that's a privet. Them things need to die. But I figured since we had that rain that we'd have a flush of turkey tails. but it doesn't look like it. And I gotta weed through the sawbriars. Forwards, not backwards. Damn privet hedges. Alright, I'm gonna take a break for a minute, y'all. I'll bring y'all back. Well, break didn't last long. I found some big acorns. Look at the top. Alright, come on, camera. This one I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, maybe the camera's gonna act right. Alright, nice beat up acorn. But you see that hole right there? That means a weevil's in it. You don't want it. This one, perfect. No holes, so it means no weevils. It feels heavy. In the bowl it goes. I'm hoping to get some more big, beautiful acorns. Alright, be right back. Well, I got a good little amount. It's a beginning. It's a start. I might come across some more acorns. Man, the deers have done a number on them, but they're acting weird. They're only like eating half of it and leaving the other half, or just biting off the outer shell. But those are weevil free that I can tell. There's no holes in them. Now I just spotted over here a limb. Like I said, look for fallen limbs. Let's see, find my hand. There we go. There's some Usnea. Now, there we go. Sorry. Now, yes, Usnea can be too old to harvest. See the brown? You don't want to harvest that. See the brown on that one? You don't want to harvest that. So, a lot of this Usnea on this one, it's been down for a good while. So, I'm going to let that be a bypass. I did get a couple of pieces. Yes, that's Usnea, folks. It can be that small, especially in the south. Every little bit adds up as long as you can get it into the bowl. Now, how do I know deer's been through here acting weird on the acorns? Where did I see it? Follow the trail. There were some deer pellets. You need to be able to read scat as well. And yes, that's what it's called, scat. Alright, hold on a minute. Well, I covered it up when I was moving leaves looking for acorns. But it was a small pile. So it was probably a fawn, this year's fawn, because it wasn't a big pile like an adult. So we're going to go walking over down in that way, see what we can find. A lot of oak trees coming up, which is a good thing. I want to get some hickories going. I'm going to go over here and see the log that usually has turkey tails all on it. And then we'll come back. Leave my bowl there. Big old tree down. This one last year was just covered. Oh, there's another trail. That's a deer trail. Yep. That's a big deer trail coming out of the cutover. They've been using this a lot. So I want to get trail cameras and get them put up. Yeah. They don't look good. Not whatsoever. Yep. Don't look like I'm going to be getting any turkey tails off of that this year. Unless I'll check it later on this year. They might flush again. We haven't had a frost, so I think that's from drought. Because they don't like being dry. I don't know if y'all can see it. But I can see it very well. Let's see if we can see it back up this way. You can see the indentation where they've been coming out from over there. Here's another trail. This old tree here should have mushrooms on it, but it don't. Not yet. Now, as always, watch where you put your feet. Look up as well. Because bobcats can be in the trees. They won't let you know. But you always look before you take a step. Because what might be laying there, you don't want to be a part of. But it's been cool at night, so they're a little slower. It's not like I'm that fast either. Alright, I'm going to get off here. I'll bring y'all back when I find something else. Okay, their leaves are changing, but this is a sweet gum tree. This is the main Usnea maker, or the main one that Usnea loves to grow on. And they like oaks too, but they love the sweet gum. Alright, and that way you kind of know what the leaves look like. No, it's not diseased. It's called changing colors. They're getting ready to drop or change their colors and drop leaves. Alright, see you in a bit. Like I said, look for downed limbs. There's some Usnea. But don't give up on finding the Usnea. Sometimes it's really tiny. Alright, there's another piece. I come across this tree. It looks like an old marker tree. I'm gonna get a little closer to it. Be right back. Okay. It may or may not be. You never know. Some trees grow really slow. And it's a hanging in there. It's a trying. And there's a big ball of Usnea. But first, I gotta get that Usnea. No, I'm leaving that Usnea. But I'm getting this Usnea off the branch. A lot of times, best time to go Usnea hunting is after a good wind storm or thunderstorm, because the limbs will be blown out of the trees, or just batches of Usnea will fall out of the tree. It's not always attached to limbs. So let's go ahead and get this big one. Yes, that is big size for down here in the south, y'all. Up north it gets way bigger, and the northwest it gets really big. Oh, here's some more. You just have to be patient. Don't fall down the hill. And train your eye to see it. That goes sober. Oops, sorry, y'all. Oh, nice little haul. Alrighty. Back up the hill we go. It might not be a mighty harvest, but that's a blessing. That is a blessing right there. I hope to find more big acorns. And hopefully a little bit more Usnea. We'll see what the forest provides and blesses me with. Found a big pile of deer scat. That one needs some water. You can tell when they're dehydrated. It will clump like that instead of coming out in individual pellets like rabbits. Thankfully, my daddy taught me tracking, and you can tell by the scat how healthy the animal is. It's just thirsty, which we ain't had much rain whatsoever. But we got some supposed to be coming in tonight and later this week. Alright, I'll bring you back. Now, every once in a while, you come on the mother lode of Usnea. Look at this. These are branches that have come down, or actually limbs, that have come down out of a huge, huge old sweet gum But look at all that Usnea. Look at all that Usnea. And see, it's an old tree. And I know why it's dying back is from all that ruts in the ground from the heavy equipment. But look, I'm gonna be a while. I'm gonna be a while harvesting all this Usnea. Like I said, I'll leave some. I'm not gonna harvest it completely out. Alright, I gotta get busy, y'all. See you in a bit. Well, that was a complete and utter blessing right there. You can't even see the acorns in the bowl for the Usnea. Now I gotta go home, clean out the pine needles, any wood bark that's still attached. But you can find Usnea, y'all. It's out there. Now here comes the sad part. I see a bunch of pokeweed I need to check. But this is the woods I used to walk in. Yep. Big old cockburl plant here. Poke salad coming up all over the place, which is a good thing. But yep, it goes on past that little line of trees, only because I think that's where the creek is. But yeah. And then they skirted right along the edge of our property. They just churned this soil like no tomorrow. There was ruts 4 and 5 foot deep. Looks like they kind of cleaned up most of them. Not all of them. I've looked at quite a few pine stumps, but I haven't seen any pine resin come up. But I see a lot of pokeberries to come as long as frost don't get them. But yeah, it goes on past those few trees. But yeah, pokeweed coming up, so I ain't gonna have too far to go to harvest it next year. It's too late. I'll wait and see if the berries happen. I'm gonna walk down here and see if there's any pokeberries on those plants down there. Be right back. Yes, there is a whole lot of pokeberries. So I'm gonna get busy harvesting what I can. I'll be back. I just gotta be careful how I walk. Whew. But yeah, look at them. These are some monster pokeberries. Alright, I'll see y'all after a while. Okay, I ended up with a whole lot of pokeberries that I got to go process and take care of and clean up. I've got baker's lace all over me. I am tired, so I'm fixing to head home. Everyone, continue to learn your land and what grows around you. Harvest responsibly. Give thanks for all that you find. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. I hope you've enjoyed this little foraging trip, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. See you soon.